Emmett Aoki walked in after sixth period had already started, landing like a bomb in the middle of Handel's Hallelujah Chorus. As we were steamrolling our way to the final measures, he entered right in the two-beat rest before the last Hallelujah, grinding Sun Valley High's concert chorus to a halt. Our choir teacher, who also happened to be my father, cut us off and, distracted by Emmett's sudden appearance, didn't ever motion for us to come back in. It was super annoying. My dad smiled the way he did every time the mailman delivered whatever gadget he ordered from the last TV infomercial, and indicated Emmett should take a seat in the back by pointing to it with pursed lips, a typical Filipino gesture everyone in choir had already gotten used to. Emmett stared at my dad with crinkled eyebrows and then looked around him before finally spotting the chair. He gave a big thumbs up and walked up the choral risers. I watched from the piano bench as Emmett made his way to the top. Unrest bubbled up around him like tar pit goo. Girls whispered into one another's ears. The boys puffed themselves up but then deflated. He seemed oblivious to the effect he had on everyone. But I wasn't buying it. Quito! I blinked twice. My dad blared into focus. He waved a baton in front of my face. Yeah? I said keep rehearsing them. I need to make copies for our guest. He pointed at the papers clutched in his hand and hurried out into the hallway, mumbling to himself as he exited. He'd been begging the principal for a choir room copy machine for the past 2 years and hated having to walk all the way down to Mr. Drummond's band room to make copies. Also, he hated Mr. Drummond. 30 pairs of eyes locked onto me. Let's take it from the pickup to measure 52? Sopranos and altos? At King of Kings? I asked, my voice rising higher and higher with every word. No one seemed to hear what I was saying, but not because of my utter lack of authority. Everyone had gone rigid, their bodies shaking with the effort to not turn around and gawk at the god in their midst. Super, I chirped to no one in particular. My hands curled into claws on top of the piano keys. Here's your note. I forced my index finger to open and played an A. I counted 1, 2. They came in on beat 3. It was horrible. Somehow, just by sitting there, Emmett had found a way to suck the pitch right out of them. And the rhythm. And for some people, the basic ability to breathe. I should have stopped playing. Tried to fix the oral assault I was enduring. But I didn't. I was too busy trying to keep focused, to not be more aggravated by Emmett's presence than they were. I was failing miserably. It was the way he sat that bothered me the most. More than his Letterman jacket or fancy Reeboks, his Jason Priestley hair, or the muscle tone on his arms. Even more than the way he made being Asian look not only different, but special. Almost cool. No, it was more than that. What really got to me was this. The way he leaned back in his chair, legs spread, knees out at 10 and 2, hands behind his head, eyebrow raised just high enough to show non-committal interest in what was going on around him. How wherever he decided to be was the right place because everything acquiesced, the brick walls in the room seeming softer around him, and the fluorescent lighting making him glow like some sort of saint. Everything about Emmett expanded outward. He conquered every inch of the world, saying, "Yo, see this? Look at me. I'm hot shit." I could tell he was used to it, and it drove me nuts. My dad returned with a bundle of music. He stood by the piano, listening to us finish the chorus. "A little off pitch this morning, don't you think, anak?" I didn't even notice it when he called me his son, something I'd asked him not to do in class. Not because he was speaking Tagalog, but because I didn't like people being reminded that the choir teacher was my dad.